welcome to Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. I am Mr. Randy, and no, that bottle is not very far away. It is just that small. This is the 375 milliliter Basil Hayden. That is a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, and it is 40%, which is 80 proof. I'm gonna go ahead and sorry, excuse me. Need a drink. Sorry, I'm getting to the drink. I need something else. If you're new to the channel, hello, welcome. Come on in. All my returning viewers, you know how we do. So let's shake a leg, shall we? So let's go ahead and get this off the rip. Get it poured, get it breathing a bit before we do what? Before we do the rundown. All right. It's only plastic. Why is it giving me such a hard time? Cork pop. Oh, it's nice. So it looks a wee little, just a wee cute little thing. Okay. That there. So let's do the rundown in 3, 2, 1. This is episode 1 called Off the Rip, where we get it home, we crack it open, pour it in a glass, have our first sip, share my first impressions with you because you're awesome. You're here, you're awesome. Part 2 is called The Full Review. Halfway down, hey, guess what? They put this little marker right here. What? They'll be home soon. Family's gone out for a little bit, and the cat's a little lonely. Door's open. Come in here and sit with us. Have a drink. What do you want? Anyway, full review right here. When it gets down to this, I will leave what's left in the bottle for a week, maybe 2. I can't promise anything now these days. And I'm going to go on the internet. I know. I'll go on the internet, find as little or as much, whatever it decides to let go of. I'll bring it back here. I'll put it down. We'll talk about it. And then we move on. Part 3, all the way down here. It's a little bottle, so it doesn't have to go very, very far. Called the final pour. We'll have the final pour. We'll compare it to this one, the first pour, and everything in between. So this is the Basil Hayden Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, artfully aged, James Beam. So this is a Jim Beam product, huh? Or well, it's made from their distilling company, Claremont, Frankfort, Kentucky. What's this? I didn't even look at most of this. This will all come out on the full review, so I'll just give you a quick looky-loo. You can pause it. Whatever it may be, there's the government sticking their nose where it's never asked. Bottled by James Beam. There's all that good stuff. Not for underage. Okay, remember, there is a website to go check that out when I do my full review. So this bottle has been on my to acquire list probably for the majority of the time my channel has been up. It's been constantly being pushed down because it was like what, 30 something dollars for this 375, and then the bigger bottle was like 50 something. So I'm like, that was, just not within my scope at the time. But I've been looking at this, and this went on sale. This went down to $20 out the door, which is, I guess it's kind of being like a trend where a lot of places are lowering their prices. I've been noticing that. I've been noticing, especially with bourbon, there's a lot of bourbons who've dropped $1 or $2. I've also noticed that in Scotch. Scotch has also dropped a few dollars. Some of them have gone up, but you know them. Those ones, they know they can push it. They know they can get a few extra bucks from you, and you're still going to buy it. I'll still buy it too. On the nose, it's getting that nice bourbon, that signature bourbon nosing characters. Trying to get a good, it won't come out until I do after the first palate. So we'll come back to that. We'll come back around to that. It's got that like vanilla oak, like dry peanut, but it's not quite a full-blown peanut. It's a little bit light, but the strength of the alcohol and the ethanol is carrying it well. It's not overwhelming, and it's not underwhelming either. It's very nice. The nose is pretty good. Let's go ahead and get that first palate so we can get the good viscosity test going on. Here we go. We got to get the first one out of the way. Wait. There we go. We get some good viscosity. Got some legs. Got some good legs. I won't sing the ZZ Top song. You know I want to, but I'm not going to. Maybe after a few of these, I'll start singing it for you. Let's go ahead and get that second palette on. I know next to nothing about this bottle, the Basil Hayden. I know that there are a few different variations to it. I know it's been showcased on a few whiskey tuber channels that I frequently watch. My only concern is that it is a James Beam product. Mr. Randy, if you watch the channel, you know that I don't drink Jim Beam because it gives me a headache. There's either something in the mash bill, something maybe about the wood that they use or a process. There's something about it that doesn't matter. I've tried 3 of their signature series expressions, and all 3 of them give me a headache. I know there are other products that come out of the same distillery from the same company that do not give me headaches. So it must be just something in that signature line. I hope that will nail it down, you know, because I'm gonna have a few more of the James Beam products, and hopefully it's gonna nail it down to that signature series. As long as it's just that, I'll be thankful. It'll be horrible in the sense that there's a lot of that Jim Beam out there that I find interesting. Just not going to be able to try it. I would not go out and pay a $60-something for a bottle of a really nice Jim Beam, only for it to give me a headache off the first pour, and then what I'm going to do with the rest of it. All right, let's get one more, and then we're going to go for the finish. Not bad. It's got a slight drying sensation to it. It sort of encompasses the whole mouth. And even gets on the lips. You get on the lips are a little dry too. Let's go ahead and work that finish. Let's work this finish. Not bad. Here we go. Top of the tongue towards the back. Probably about a 2 out of 5. The lips, probably about a 1. The cheeks aren't really registering anything. The gums are starting to pick up on a 1. The heat in the back is now encroaching onto the 2. I still get a lot of like that juiciness, that sort of that clinginess, that viscosity likes to cling to it. Your mouth, the gums and the teeth. Not quite squeaky yet, but it's got that good viscosity, the oiliness to get it all over on the tongue, the cheeks, the skin, everything is going pretty good. This is kind of now the flavor characters have just about dissipated out. You're still having some slight effects. The cheeks are now starting to come in. I've been working that. The heat's a good solid too, and it's just hanging in there. So all the flavor has pretty much left the house. And it's just left the trash to pick up. It's not trash, but you know what I'm saying. The effects of the party, The cheeks are starting to really turn up now. But that, I don't think it doesn't feel like it's going to last very much longer on that. So this is about done. I'm going to have to reserve everything until the full review. I hope to see you back there. I hope to see you back here, right around where that band is, for a full review and more to talk about the Basil Hayden. Let me know what you think in the comments. Sorry about that. I had something coming up while something's coming up. Anyways, thanks for stopping by here at Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. Here's to hoping it's a good one.